Batman has always been a man who sought to conquer his own fear and instill that fear in others. But what happens when he meets face to face with a living manifestation of that fear? A nightmarish bat brought to life, a blood sucking beast, darkness and shadows incarnate, a living vampire. Can Batman take down Morbius? Bruce has molded himself to be a symbol of fear and vengeance, of shadows and justice. But can he overcome the actual incarnation of that fear and darkness? Well, let's find out. Let's get into it. But before we really get into it, make sure you get the like button, subscribe button, and turn notifications. Only about 30% of y'all actually subscribed, so big hugs, big kisses to y'all. The rest of y'all, the other 70%, what are you doing? It helps out a ton in the algorithm if you subscribe, and plus you get extra big hugs, extra big kisses at the start of the video, so go subscribe. Now, let's get into it. It's another rainy night in Gotham. Always seems to be raining here, right? Batman is on his nightly patrol when he sees something off, out of the ordinary on a rooftop. Michael Morbius. He usually has his bloodthirst under control. He's a kind and compassionate man, a good person. But sometimes there's the rare moment where his control slips, and the vampiric nature in him takes over. Tonight is one of those nights, and Batman has to stop him. Now, Batman is famous for being nothing more than just a normal man, just a human. Doesn't mean he'll have any problem taking on magical beings like Morbius here, though. But here's the thing. I really don't even think Batman counts as a human anymore. Or at least human by any means that we can understand, that we can wrap our heads around. He's closer to Captain America than anything else, just the pinnacle of what humans can do. And now he's even stronger and faster than he's ever been before. Like, Batman is insanely strong. Like, seriously, listen to some of the stuff I'm going to list off, and you tell me if you think a human can do this. He's strong enough to hold up part of a collapsing building. He's done it again, supported another building. He's knocked over and held up huge multi-ton statues. He's stopped cars from escaping, ripped off a Mazo's head. None of this is what you can necessarily consider to be human. Sounds more superhuman to me. And in fights, well, he's been able to punch Dr. Death flying 20 feet through the air and straight through a blast door designed to withstand a cruise missile. And maybe it wasn't a true indestructible blast door, but still. He's hurt Hawkman, brought down Man-Bat, Killer Croc, and the likes. And that's not even mentioning all the times he's busted through concrete and metal with punches and kicks, or even the fact that he's taken down some vampires before with just one hit. You want to question Batman's strength here? Probably not the best call. Not the best decision, because he's deceptively strong. Stronger than you'd think. He's also faster than you'd think. In fact, some people have even questioned if he's even human before, simply because of how fast Batman is. He's faster than cars. Seriously. He's able to move so fast that a lot of people can't even see him, much less get a clean shot off on him. And he can even kind of outrun explosions and heat-seeking missiles. He's able to block knives and arrows, catch them and dodge them easily, even block and deflect bullets. That's not even mentioning how easy it is for Bruce to dodge bullets. It's basically boring for him at this point. Think about that. Getting shot at is just boring to him at this point. Just any other old normal night. He can evade some ridiculous amounts of gunfire, even some at near point blank range. And again, just make it look easy. He's even faster than your average vampire. And then there's durability and toughness and endurance and everything like that. Which is where Batman really truly shines, because all of that is linked to willpower. I mean, Green Lantern said that Batman has a willpower that any lantern would be jealous of. He's able to will a yellow ring off of his finger, resist turning into a zombie, or even simply just not feel the cold at all because of willpower. So yeah, with that level of willpower, Batman can take a whole lot of pain and endurance. I mean, just for starters, the armor itself is built to withstand a lot of punishment, a whole lot of damage. Knives, swords, bullets, actual bullets, even explosions aren't enough to hurt him through that armor. That's saying a lot. He can regularly take hits that would kill a normal human, like taking punches and beatings from Bane and Killer Croc, Clayface and Deathstroke, even much more powerful foes like Zoom and Amazo, Damage, Wonder Woman, even Superman. He's survived hits and beatings from all of these guys. Batman can take quite a punishment. Now, obviously, he is still human. He can still be knocked out. He can still be beaten. It just takes a hell of a lot to actually do it. Because Bruce doesn't just take beatings well, he can just keep on fighting through pain and injury altogether. He can keep on going while being shot, being stabbed. Broken bones don't do much. He's kept on fighting after being shot in the stomach or his lungs being punctured with arrows. It's not like uncommon for Batman to be physically broken, then go on to still win the fight simply through sheer willpower. Just an absolute refusal to quit. But, there's really no doubt about it. For as physically impressive as Batman is here, and he is a lot, he is way outclassed by Morbius. There's no doubt in my mind. Morbius is on another level. So just to clarify, first off, Morbius isn't like your typical vampire. Most vampires fall into around the 2-ton range strength-wise, maybe a little less. With Morbius, you're looking more at 10+ ton range at the very least. I mean, he's knocked out Spider-Man before. Pete has said that he hits like an H-bomb, and Venom commented on how strong he is too. And really, he's just been able to regularly match up against and even beat up Spider-Man before. On top of that, Morbius has no problem using his strength to straight up kill people. Or at least try to. And he's even killed an alternate zombie vampire version of himself by stabbing him all the way through with a tree. I've said it before, I'll say it again, comics can get weird sometimes. But basically, despite being smaller and frailer, even having hollow bones, Morbius is going to easily outclass Batman here when it comes to strength. Same with durability, same with toughness. I mean, one of the biggest perks of being a vampire is your toughness, is the kind of hits you can take and just shrug off. And man, Morbius can take some good hits. He's taken the best that Spider-Man can throw at him. Just time and time again, proven that he can take Pete's best blows and never be knocked out. And he can extend that out to taking attacks from Venom, or the old classic Lizard and Six-Armed Spider-Man team-up. Every single time, he's going to pick himself up unharmed, just unfazed. He's even so tough that he can take attacks like Carrion's life-draining touch, survived his soul being eaten by Nightmare, or even being hit with a miniaturized version of the ultimate nullifier. The one thing in the universe that's supposed to be able to wipe out and kill anything that it hits. That's why it's called the ultimate nullifier. And let's say he does get injured. Well, Morbius has a healing factor. And that healing factor only gets faster and faster the more and more blood Morbius consumes. But he's able to heal from some pretty major blood loss. Getting staked through the heart or peppered all over with adamantium bullets isn't truly enough to put him down. Morbius can even heal from literally dying. Because, oh yeah, I should probably explain, Morbius is immortal. After drinking the Lilium blood, Morbius became immortal, and that immortality keeps on going to today. So I guess if Batman did snap and decide to start killing people, or if he has different no-killing rules that applies to vampires, it's not going to mean much of anything because Batman cannot kill Morbius. Batman isn't going to have much luck there. And that's all figuring that Batman is even able to catch Morbius in the first place. Because this is definitely Morbius' greatest point. He is crazy fast. Just gets his little hollow bones going, his arms are flapping, and flies all around at some pretty crazy speed. Morbius can easily dodge bullets, weave all through them, and take down thugs before they can even react. But Batman can do that too. Batman does stuff like that on a nightly basis. You're gonna have to be more impressive if you're trying to catch Bruce off guard with your speed. But Morbius can. I mean, Morbius can easily react to Spider-Man, catch Spider-Man off guard, ambush him, dodge his attacks, even move faster than Pete can see. If you're able to do that to Spider-Man, you're gonna be able to do that to Batman easy. Morbius is so fast that even objects that can move at speeds just as fast as lightning appear to be moving in slow motion to him. And last time I checked, bats is a little bit slower than lightning. So Morbius just way outclasses Batman when it comes to physicality. No contest, no question about it. But here's the thing, Batman fights against and beats up guys who physically outclass him basically every single day. I mean, we're talking about the guy where they made a whole movie about him fighting Superman. Fighting against guys who are really physically powerful isn't like outside of Batman's wheelhouse here. And he does a lot of that because of all his gear and his weapons. He's got some very, very powerful explosives. Enough to send guys like Superman in damage flying backwards. He can level whole buildings. They really pack a punch. But Morbius can take explosions head on, and fighting against a villain who can burn people to a crisp and be just fine. So maybe explosions might not be as effective as you'd imagine. He's got electric attacks that have staggered Superman and knocked out Clayface and Ultra Humanite. But Morbius can take electricity that fries people alive and be just fine. Wouldn't be too worried about that one either. Probably one thing that would help would be flashbangs and sonic attacks. Stuff that's blinded Superman and the Spectre. But that stuff is just a temporary solution. It's not going to put Morbius down for long, if at all. Basically just gives Batman a chance to escape and catch his breath, or run away to come up with a plan and fight again another day. Not actually straight up beat Morbius. No, if Batman wants to beat Morbius here, well, I'll have to pick up pretty quickly that Morbius is a vampire, then try using some good old-fashioned anti-vampire tactics. And he's got some. A blessed silver cross, silver batarangs and fisticuffs, even silver nitrate grenades. And some of that stuff has come in handy in the past, because Batman has taken down vampires in the past. He's beat up and killed groups of vampires before. He's basically fought evenly and easily beat vampires in the past. Batman is no stranger to taking these guys on. Things get a little tricky though when you remember that Morbius isn't a true vampire. It actually came about because at the time you were not legally allowed to include vampires in comic books, but the end result now is that Morbius doesn't have to play by the vampire's rules. He's immune to silver and crosses. Sunlight does nothing to him. Even when expert vampire hunter Blade tried to stake Morbius through the heart, well, it just did nothing. It didn't even really slow him down a little bit. And if you take all that away, well, it just leaves Batman in a fight where he really has no shot at winning. He's fighting against a man who is just as strong as Spider-Man and Venom, just as fast as Spider-Man, is immortal, and can take and heal from any attack Batman can throw at him. Bruce really should not be winning this fight. He just isn't ready for Morbius' strength and speed. Morbius can knock out Spider-Man. He'd tear Batman to shreds. Spidey makes Bruce look sluggish, while Morbius has made Spider-Man look slow. I think Batman has enough gear and experience to know how to get out of the encounter alive and intact. I don't think Morbius would actually kill him, but on just a random night, on a random rooftop in Gotham, Morbius is winning that fight basically every single time. Not much Batman can do otherwise. Morbius wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. Who do you think wins this fight, Batman or Morbius? Who do you want to see these guys fight next? What do you think about the Morbius movie? Did you like it? Did you not? Sound off in the comments. Also, be sure the like button, the subscribe button, and turn notifications, join the FanCo army. And I'll see y'all next time.